Hi, I'm Travis Parrott, owner of Exercise Therapy of Kansas City. And it was an honor to speak to a wonderful crowd yesterday at KCP&L for our Lunch and Learn on exercise and chronic pain. It was an honor to be in front of the crowd and be able to have the opportunity to hopefully help some people in the crowd that maybe have some issues or some concerns. I was asked to provide a video kind of summary of what I talked about. Obviously, my Lunch and Learn is about 45 minutes to 50 minutes long, so this video is going to be a nice little short summary of what the talk was about. So kind of going over the highlights of it. You know, one of the things I do in my Lunch and Learns is I want people to understand why I do what I do and why I'm passionate about what I do. I've been working with people with chronic pain for the last 20 years. I've been here in Kansas City and owned a clinic, my own clinic here for the last 13 years. But it all actually started back about 20 years ago. I got my degree in exercise science from the University of Kansas. And I was going to be a physical therapist, kind of was going down that route. I got a job out in Southern California that was working on people with chronic issues, and they kind of planted the seed of more holistic care. And so soon after that, I came home and my dad was having chronic back pain to the point, sciatic pain down the legs, could barely get up in the morning, putting his shoes on was impossible. Even, he was sleeping in a recliner, eating dinner in a recliner because that was what he was comfortable doing, most comfortable on his back. Well, he was actually scheduled for a back fusion, and I was able to help him avoid that, and it was based on some posture. I knew he had postural issues, some alignment issues, some hip issues that was affecting his back. So his back wasn't the problem. It was where the pain was, but the problem was deeper. It was a hip position. The muscles in his hips weren't allowing his hips to stabilize his back, which created instability in his back, created pain in his back, right? And so, but I'm 24 years old at the time, and I help him feel better and move better. Well, it changed his life, obviously. He never had the fusion. He's a truck driver now for UPS out of Lenexa, right? And he still never had a back, surgery. And so, but also it changed my life because I reevaluated what I was doing and how I was helping people. I ended up never going to physical therapy school and ended up just focusing 100% of my education and my life basically to looking at chronic pain, how it affects people, and also how posture and alignment are a part of that chronic pain issue, right? When we say posture, it's not just about shoulder position, but it's also about muscle balance. Posture is just an indication of what your muscles are doing, right? So if you have bad posture, it's not like, oh, your bones are deformed or something like that. It's actually your muscles are not pulling your bones into proper alignment because you're teaching them to not do that. You're teaching them to not do that by sitting for long periods of time or doing a repetitive exercise, consistently. It depends on what your body's going through, what your lifestyle is. An injury, you had an injury, I hurt my knee when I was young, and ever since I've kind of walked with this, gait that's a little off, compensating, things like that. That creates muscle imbalance, which creates postural issues, right? And so, helping my dad changed my life, and I really focused my life on, helping people who are having chronic pain and having chronic issues because it's an epidemic, right? It's huge in our world today. I mean, with the opioid crisis, the opioids were kind of invented for chronic pain issues. And so, now I think the stat is 115 Americans die a day from opioid overdose. I mean, that's crazy. So, then throughout our talk, we kind of get into some case studies about before and after pictures with clients and looking at their posture and looking at their alignment, some of the things they've been through. One of our biggest case studies is an x-ray that we actually have of a client that had bone on their knee, and you can actually see, this is the before x-ray, and you can actually see where that bone on bone, they were going to go get a knee replacement. The doctor recommended a knee replacement for this. And doctor basically said, live as long as you can with the pain, and when the pain's so bad you can't live with it any longer, then we'll come in and replace that knee. Well, this specific client, he's a little bit more alternative minded, and so he's like, I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to do what I can. I'm not just going to sit around and wait for this to happen. Maybe I can delay it, His goal wasn't necessarily to prevent it, but maybe delay it. But finding us, we actually were able to prevent that knee surgery. And we did that because he didn't have a knee problem If you look at his femur, he had a hip issue, which was creating knee imbalance, which was wearing his knee out. When I watched him walk and did a gait analysis, you could see that. Well, he felt his knee pain actually went away within, I think 3-4 months of therapy with one of our programs, and to the point where he was, exercising back at Loose Park, walking the park, walking up downstairs. He lived on the plaza in those apartment complexes. He was able to walk up and down stairs, get his exercise. And he was pretty close to 70 years old, and so that was a big accomplishment. Couldn't do that. Couldn't travel. Travel was an issue because walking down the airport, down the walkways, holding his luggage and things like that was a problem because his knee was hurting so bad. We were able to get him to where he could do things like that again without pain. Well, about a year and a half later, his daughter was unfortunately in an accident that hurt her arm, broke her arm, and she had to go get pins in it. But they actually went to the same orthopedic surgeon that took the picture of his knee, the x-ray of his knee. And so while they were there, they took an x-ray of his knee, and the doctor came back in and was, what have you been doing for your knee? And we've actually got these x-rays here in the office, but it actually shows where the gap came back in his knee, where he was able to avoid and fix his actually bone on bone, right? And he was able to do that because he was, one, focused on doing it, committed to doing it, and number two is you can see his femur position's a lot straighter. By working and aligning and getting the posture in his hips better, it allowed his knees to move better, so it took that pressure off his knee, allowing that cartilage to come back on its own, right? That cartilage is different than the cartilage in your nose and ears. We just need some film to get there, enough, like grease in a joint to allow that to move better, and that happens through better posture, which means muscle balance, muscle alignment. So, things like that. We went over, studies, case studies like that to show people about what the possibilities are when it comes to posture. Obviously, I'm an expert on posture. I feel that we don't emphasize what posture is as much as we should, right? We don't emphasize posture enough in our society. We're talking about, you got to work out, you got to work your core, you got to have six-pack abs. Well, you know what? No, you don't. If you have that alignment and you have better posture, that's going to help with that back issue, that hip issue. You don't have to have strong core. Now, strong core is good, but it's not a have to feel pain-free, right? Obviously, all exercise is good, but we seem to skip a step when we're skipping posture, right? I run, 5 miles a day, 3 miles a day, whatever it is. And yeah, but how much time do you take out to help your posture? I stretch a little maybe before I run. Really? So what I'm trying to teach people is that you need to make posture at the forefront of your health, because good posture equals good health, right? Another thing we kind of get to is towards the end, we're talking about, my book. You can actually get a free copy of my book. If you go to painfreelifebook.com, you can actually download a PDF version of the book, and we'll email that to you. And it's got exercises in there you can do, but also kind of explains in detail what I do and how it works. So basically, that's kind of what we did in the Lunch and Learn. Again, I was honored to be there. I thank everybody that came there. And if you didn't have a chance to come, check out the book, painfreelifebook.com. And if you have questions or concerns, what I did too at the seminar, you guys have the posture challenge coming up, which is great. Being able to get some exercise routines that talk, specifically about, we're focused on hips and spine and knees. But the thing about what I do here at the clinic, different than what that posture challenge is in here in the clinic, we get into the specifics of you. Everybody's different, right? I've worked on thousands and thousands of people with back pain, but everybody's a little different. Their lifestyles, the way their back's hurting, the issues that they're having, the imbalances is different and unique to them. So here at the clinic, we do postural evaluations, gait analysis, and we try to figure out what specifically is going on with you that is creating this pain, right? That's why our success rate's so high with clients, is because we're actually getting specifics. It's not a protocol. You have back pain, here's the protocol, right? You have knee pain, here's the protocol, right? Trying to fit you into that protocol. Well, we are actually taking an individual look at your body, your imbalances, and figuring out a plan to fix that, right? So at the talk, and we'll offer this to anybody watching this video, is, we'll give you a free discovery session if you're interested in finding out what specifically is going on with you. So if you want to come in and you're like, hey, I'm having back issues, knee issues, hip issues, whatever it may be, and you think your posture, your alignment is creating some of this chronic pain, we can come in and take a look and see if it is. It's free, so we offered it free to everybody that came to the talk, to the Lunch and Learn, so we'll offer it free on this video. So if you're interested in coming in and doing, it's about an hour. I'm located down near 105th and Metcalf area, and so we have you come in and we do, like I said, some assessment, and then we determine, hey, this is something we can actually help with, specifically with your body, to help you get back to doing what you love to do, whether that's playing golf, whether that's, walking the dogs, exercising, going to a yoga class. Hey, maybe you can't go to a yoga class because some of the poses are too difficult or hurt to get into. We want to be able to get you back into doing things like that. Playing with your kids, traveling, playing with your grandkids, things like that. So check that out, painfreelifebook.com, or you can call me at 913-549-4343, and we can set up your free discovery session. So, all right, give us a call if you need anything. And again, it was an honor to be there and being able to talk to y'all, and we'll hope to see you soon. All right, thanks.